Ah, 'twas on Bardunya Station where the men are really men, where a paddock's just an horse-yard if she's less than 10 by 10, where the nags are wild as widgies on the old Tarcoola side. Well, 'twas there that John Trelawney rode his famous fatal ride. For the boss was a rough old manager of the tough bombastic type, and no one, bar this jackeroo, dare give him any tripe. He says to us one day, "You know, it seems to be the craze to have a motorbike or two or three about the place. And though I bar this mustering and droving with a bike, it should be just the shot for riding fences and the like." And all the tussy jumpers there, a score or so there was, give up a mournful moan and cursed the whole idea because by nag it takes a week to ride a fence, a pleasant lurk, while a bike goes round in a day or so and the rest of the time you work. But he sends down for this motorbike and he makes it understood that he didn't mind what the price was, just so long as she was good. And when the monthly mail come up, there riding on the load was a Dominator Norton. Yes, a twin 600 Norton. Hottest motor on the road. Well, we wheels her to the office and the bossy storms outside. "Does any lazy bludger here know how this thing to ride?" Up steps this wild young jackeroo with whiskers on his dial and dirty plugged tobacco teeth that devilised his smile, and bluey, bleary, bloodshot eyes through mixing rum with beer, the bloke that kissed the boss's wife and fought the overseer. He was always up to something and he always had the sack. Oh, my word, he was a trimmer, was this jackeroo called Jack. "My dear beloved boss," says he, "I like a bit of fun, and I can ride a motorbike. I'll take it for a run." "Well, ride her out to Dingo Well and give the Troves a check, and I hope you prang the flamin' thing and break your crimson neck." He piles aboard and revs her up, our ears was nearly bust. Then off he roars amid applause and a thundercloud of dust. He thundered down the homestead track, he never thought to stop. He went clean through the homestead gate, then dropped her into top. Then he roared along the mail track, which he widened by a chain, and he thrashed her over ranges, and he tore across the plain, and he burns into Kingunya, where he taps a keg of wine. Then he buzzed the tea and sugar there along the western line. Then he roared right up to Oodna, where he comes across the Gan, and he rides beside her shouting caustic comments to the van, and he tore up all the nor'west from Marie down to Cook. And wherever he rode, the countryside for miles around was shook. And he rode that Norton faster than was ever rode before, even faster than a Yank retreat I witnessed in the war. And he rooted up more mulgars than it'd take a year to fell, and he started up more bushfires than you'd see this side of hell, and he left a trail of wreckage over half a mile wide. You know, they're still repairing fences on the old Tarcoola side. You can still see half the damage that this wild young joker did. You can see the rows of sand hills that he threw up in a skid and the shearing sheds he flattened, though they're mostly mended now. You can even see the crater where he hit his fatal cow. Yes, he hit a cow, poor Johnny. Starve the lizards, what a prang! For the poor old thing exploded with a loud atomic bang that was heard from Perth to Brisbane. Well, you should have seen 'em run when a large mushroomic cloud arose and blotted out the sun, and the noise was so terrific that from Catherine to Burke the wharfies asked for earplugs and then refused to work. It raised the nuclear base at Northwest Cape to a heap of dirt, so the septics panicked, and all America went on red alert. And as for the jackeroo, well, now we like to sing his praises, 'cause both poor Jack and that murderous cow got blown all to blazes. And that's the end of this sad, sad yarn. But no, well, at least not quite. For you ask about the Norton. Well, she was burned all right.